Welcome back to the Curiosity Cave. Today I'm doing Ballpark Memories VR for Brent Richards. Happy birthday on 2 days, I guess. And happy 5-0. Happy and congrats on 400 subs. Got a good channel going there, Brent. This is a fun video to do. Been to a lot of games, um, not just baseball, but I'm only going to talk about baseball today. In case you're curious, the hat I'm wearing is 1965 World Series Minnesota Twins, American League champions. It's a original styrofoam hat from the souvenir from the World Series in '65, where Sandy Koufax won 2 out of 3 games and Jim Cott lost 2 out of 3 games to Sandy Koufax. So I'm going to start way back. My first game I ever went to was a local high school game in my hometown. And for reference, here's a picture of my hometown grandstand. It's been there since turn of the turn of the century, two times now. Um, Baseball's been played there, or was played there, for over 100 years. It's the same park that Josh Gibson, Satchel Paige, John Donaldson, House of David, and many other famous people played at. So I went to this game. My grandpa drove, and well, both my grandparents were there, and we drove in his car to the game. And as you can see along the sides, you could park your car in foul territory, sit in your car and watch the game. That's what we did. Or you could go to the grandstand and watch the game, or just pull up a lawn chair or something, just enjoy a good old ball game. And I remember one specific person that was playing that day for my high school that I eventually went to. He's one of them guys he was a big guy. He was one of them guys that no team had a uniform that would fit him because he was so big. He was like 6'5" and 300 and some pounds, and he got up to bat. My grandpa's talking to this other gentleman there, and he go, well, if he ever got a hold of one, it'd really go a long ways. Well, he grounded out, but at least he made contact. That was my earliest memory of being at a ball game. And a few years later, I'd be riding my bike out to that ballpark, and we'd be shagging balls, home runs or long foul balls into the woods. And in the right field, the home run was you had to hit it over the highway. If you hit it on the pavement on the highway, it was a double, ground rule double. So we had to run out there, run across the highway, look for the balls, or we'd go behind the fence where Josh Gibson had a called shot, and retrieve the balls, and we get 10 cents when we would find them and run them back. I eventually went on to play, and here's one of my first little league teams. I'm the one with the faded red sleeves in the front row there. So that takes me up to my first major league game. My first major league game was Milwaukee Brewers, County Stadium. And we went to visit my aunt and uncle in a small Wisconsin town, and my uncle, great uncle, my dad's uncle actually, nicest guy on the planet, he arranged for us to get on a fan bus and go to the county stadium and watch a game, Brewers against the Yankees. And starting pitcher that day, Louis Tiant. There's a peachy decollage card of Louis. And I also have a transogram side panel of Louis. Louis Tiant. We saw some great players play that day. The Brewers had a great lineup. They had Yount and Molitor. Those were the Hall of Famers, but they also had some great players like Cecil Cooper, and Stormin Gorman Thomas. And that day, the hero that day, Sixto Lascano, had 3 doubles. The Yankees star, of course, Reggie Jackson. And he hit some long balls, but he never hit it over the fence that day. Remember Lou Piniella getting upset for fan interference in the outfield? He was playing outfield at that time. He wasn't managing. I still have my ticket stubs from that game. It was a night game, and it was a good time. And after that, I moved to the Twin Cities area. I went to a lot of Twins games. I went to early Cal Ripken career game, and I have pictures, but I couldn't find them, dig them out right now. But I did find Eddie Murray. Saw him hit two homers in the upper deck at the Metrodome one day. Just a fantastic display of power. And I've been to Yankee Stadium. Went there and watched them take care of the Tampa Bay Rays pretty good one night. Bernie Williams hit a homer. And I've also been to my grandson's first Twins game. They give you a nice certificate. There's the stubs that we had. But my favorite game, funnest time I ever had at a ballpark, I don't have the ticket stubs anymore. Because we didn't have ticket stubs. They were just printouts, or you just printed out a piece of paper with a fake ticket on it or whatever. And didn't really want to keep a piece of paper that really wasn't a ticket stub, because I'm kind of picky about having ticket stubs. But it was game 162 or 163. Everybody bought tickets for game 162 because that was supposedly the last regular season game at the Metrodome, and this was 2009. And the Twins and Tigers tied for first place, so they had to have a 1-game playoff game to see who was the division champions. And that came right down to the wire too. And I saw Miguel Cabrera hit a home run during the game. Tigers, they had the lead going into the 9th inning, and I think it was Michael Kadire hit a triple, and then they had another guy drove him in a couple batters later. But it went 12 innings, and everybody stood from the 6th inning on. So that was 6 innings. We all stood. There's a guy a couple rows behind. He didn't make it through the whole game. The medical team had to come and carry him out in a stretcher. I hope he was okay after that game. And then the best part was, prior to the game, my daughters were bugging me, let's go. So I got tickets for them. I got tickets for their cousin and their uncle. So we all sat together. And Tigers and Twins are my 2 favorite teams. So I was kind of not flaunting my Tiger fanship there amongst all the Twins fans, but it was a great game. Came down to the 12th inning where the Twins scored and won the game, and it was game 163, the last regular season game in the Metrodome, and it clinched the division for the Twins, and we had a great time. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there is one Hall of Famer from the Twins, Joe Mauer. That's another story because my daughter's um, high school team went into the state tournament. In the semifinals, they ran into Joe Mauer's team, who had won 63 straight games. And my daughter's team won the first game. Then Joe Mauer's team won the second game. And then the third game to go to the championship. Um, my daughter's team had a runner on first, and the batter hit a single and scored from first base on the single, and my daughter's team won on the 10-run rule, that with the guy sliding across the plate. So a lot of excitement, a lot of good family time, and thank Brent Richards for the chance to do the VR. And I did pull out a card that of one of your favorite players, Houston Astro, Nolan Ryan. So congrats again, Brent, on 400 subs, a birthday, and this has been a fun VR. So hope everybody has a great time this weekend, and thank you very much.